Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from. And as always, before we get started, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your guys' generosity and gratitude. It really means a lot to me, so thank you so much for the constant support. The fact that you choose to donate even more is crazy to me, so thank you. And if you're actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, the loyalty crown badges, if you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. And if you choose to do so, thank you so much. You guys are the best. And like I always like to say, just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way that you can support me. Liking, subscribing, commenting, everything really does help, so thank you guys. And for today's video, it's kind of weird right now just because we're getting so much news with the collab. Whether you're interested, whether you're not, it feels like right now the biggest thing right now is the collab. And Zwei, even since the beginning of her banner, just kind of got sidelined. Like, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure like the same night of maintenance, they made a teaser for the collab. So everybody was already forgetting about Zwei already, unfortunately. And I got one more video planned after this, just for, like the should you poll. But honestly, it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like sidelined again, just because we keep getting collab news. And it's coming fast. We should be getting the official announcement today, so look forward to that. That being said, without any more delays, let's just get started. And we're going to be talking about the tier list ranking for Zwei. It's finally out. And there are multiple websites you can use. You can use Pridewin, you can use the JP tier list. You can also use Loot and Waifus by Sephi. Love that man, go give him support. But for today's video, we're just going to be using Pridewin, and we're going to be using the JP tier list just for quick comparison's sake. So let's just get started. Let's actually put it on screen right here. And we're at pridewin.gg. We see the whole like tier list system here. And in terms of the changelog, some things that I really want to highlight real quick is that they also added the treasures for them, for the characters in the game right now, as well as adding Zwei. So that's just pretty cool. Like when we actually go look, Laplace, it says right here, the ratings show the potential of a character if you equip them with their favorite treasure. SS across the board. She is really, really good with her treasure. It just, it's kind of unfortunate with how the treasure system is, but yeah. But let's get started. We're going to be going from high deficit, and we're going to see, where she lies. So let's just, see. And right now, she is a burst 1, right? She's not an A tier. Ooh, Zwei. Oh no. Oh no, honey. You're at, ooh. I mean, low deficit A, like, she's not the worst. I just want to put that out right. She's not the worst, but she's definitely, like, not the best. Have we had worse? Of course we have. We're always going to have worse when Neon Blue Ocean, Bay, and Clay exist. That's just the reality here. Like, that's just how it works. It's an unfortunate thing, but yeah, we've always had worse. So, Zwei is not the best, but a lot of people are putting her more down, understandably so, because she is Elysian. Elysian has so many L's right now, it's not even funny anymore. Elysian is supposed to be considered like this tactical, like, whole group, yet every time we get a new unit, it's nothing but an L right now. The last good unit that we've gotten is honestly D-Killer Wife, and she was amazing. But I'm not asking for a D-Killer Wife level. I just want something to be really good and just usable. And I'm always going to compare my number one waifu in this game, Eleg. Eleg is a perfect example of what a good character is. Her kit is so damn just like viable. Like, it's nothing crazy, but it's really good and you can utilize it really well with a lot of teams. She pairs really well with Scarlet Black Shadow. And overall, just being A across the board is good enough in my opinion. I think that's just really nice. That being said though, she has the best belly in the game, so of course she is going to be the best. What can I say? But we're not talking about the best character in the game right now. We're going to be talking about Zwei right now. And right now, she's at A tier for low deficit, high deficit B tier, A for solo, B for boss with ads, and B for PvP. High deficit and ads is not that big of a deal when it comes to B tier. In terms of PvP, that's pretty much trash. PvP is very difficult in terms of the meta, and you're pretty much trying to utilize like S and above, honestly. But as always, when it comes down to Pridewin, they always do an extra review, so we could break it down real quick and see the pros and cons right here. Starting with the pros, substantial pierce damage buff, especially for Snow White and Maxwell. That's why I did my testing with them. It could be really good, especially if you get that skill 1 maxed out. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but it's pretty substantial enough for a positive. Decent cover healing to pair with Tia. I've seen a lot of this too. I honestly didn't think about it. I was thinking about it for her skill too, but for me, for the testing wise, I didn't really feel like it would be that, useful. in terms of showing her. The crit buff I heard a lot of interesting things about, because if I remember correctly, since it's only 5 seconds, if you're trying to pair her with Snow White and Maxwell, you have to make sure that you have at least some charge speed stats for Snow White to make sure that her burst can go off during that crit buff. And then her reload animation is super satisfying. Yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks that that has to be one of the positives, right? Because if that means she has like, what, only three positives. And even then, it's kind of like whatever. She's just like a decent support. And it's like you rather use anybody else for that pierce damage buff. But I feel like this is one of those situations where if you don't have Miranda, you don't have D-Killer Wife. Zwei is an actual decent, you know, B1 in terms of that. But we have so many B1s in the game that are actually kind of good. So it's kind of hard to try to justify. But I understand if, you know, you're just trying to grab a copy for collection, waifu, or even trying to make a team 4 or team 5 in solo raid. And then when it comes to her cons, her buffs are niche for pierce only. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that's the biggest thing that she has going for her is her skill 1 and taking advantage of the crit rate. Albeit, just like I mentioned earlier, the duration of the crit rate is short, which forces you to build charge speed for Snow White. Yep, you're gonna have some overload gear lines for that. There is like not much to talk about with her, honestly, like, because these last two statements is just being an Elysian banner means you're probably not a meta unit, which is true in this case as well. Ingrid, please make something good for Elysian Tower. It really is an unfortunate situation because she doesn't work for Elysian Tower. Literally nobody goes with her. Now, like some copium that I'm thinking in my head maybe Zwei is like copium for the collab units. Maybe to pair with Laplace Treasure even more. Maybe some of the units will have piercing. We'll see. In terms of JP though, you know, JP is a very different ball game when we talk about it. So let's go over to it, but be careful, it's gonna be a flashbang, so you know. Yep, be warned. And when we're talking about Zwei here, strongest rank is S. The reroll ranking is an A. Boss battles S. Small fry battles are an A+. Arena is S. Now there's a lot of S's, a lot of A+'s here in A. That all sounds good, but you also have to remember that when it comes to the JP tier list, is a very different ball game. And what I mean by that is when we actually go over and look, when we scroll down and we see that her overall ranking is an S. That being said, the rankings here are completely different. SSS, SS, S+, S, A+, A. I have mixed feelings with the JP tier list because I feel like it's too crowded. Because when we're talking about her being an overall S tier ranking here, you're telling me that you're putting volume in the same position as Zwei, and I completely disagree. Volume has so much more utility and able to go with so many other teams. CDR reduction is a huge help, especially for solo raid. So I can't even see the fact that they're in the same bracket is crazy to me, but okay. You know, I'm always going to critique it, but it is what it is. But, you know, it's interesting to see, like, their take on it, honestly. But, you know, overall, I mean, I can't really be that mad at it because a lot of people get to save their, you know, their tickets. I think that's going to be it for me. I just wanted to talk about the tier list ranking with you guys. And one thing I want to talk about is, when it comes to Elysian, it's always going to be disappointing when we get these bad units. So if it seems like, for some reason, Zwei isn't that bad, but a lot of people are making it seem more like it, it's because Elysian really needs a win, and across the board, Elysian is very much behind in terms of the units, in terms of just good units, and it's a shame that we're not breaking that streak anytime soon, but it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for the collab news? What are your guys' thoughts? Let me know about anything, but that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely night, wherever you're from, and as always, thank you guys for the support. Take care.